Hi everybody, Denise here for Tasty Tuesday. Oh my goodness, I hope everybody is having a good day. I want to throw out a little disclaimer as I go through this. I was at the dentist. I mean, I really thought that by the time that I got home that that some of my Novocaine would have already worn off. So if I start to drool in the middle of this, then I really do apologize as I get into my demonstration of my making the pumpkin muffins with maple cream cheese. Oh my god, can you just not taste those words as I'm saying them? Please say them with me. Pumpkin muffins with maple cream cheese. How freaking amazing, right? To know that these are guilt-free and they are a healthy recipe. It is the season. Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Who doesn't love pumpkin, right? So, well, I mean, I do know that there are probably people out there, but they really don't know what they're missing. So, here we go. So, going to go over the ingredients first, just to kind of run down, and to also throw out there that, again, these are like meal guide. This one, again, is a meal guide kind of approved meal. It's through my Fixate book that I have access to with the programs that I work with. Now, I can't show you the book because I don't have the book. I would show you, but I can't, so I won't. But what I will tell you is that the programs that I have, everything is electronic. So I have it on my phone. I have access to it 24/7. So that's really cool too, because then if you're traveling and you need quick guides about certain foods that you can and cannot eat, that's what I love about this, so that you have that quick access. You can look things up, see where they fall. Like, for an example, before I got into this, I really didn't even know that peas were carbs. Did you know that peas were carbs? Peas, carbs, right? Who would have thunk? I definitely thought that they were a vegetable. So, there you go. There's a key fact number one that I'm going to throw out there for the day. So, anyway, where I was. Ingredients, right? Okay, so the ingredients. So, the very first thing, of course, that you need to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So I do have mine already set to 350 degrees. And then the next thing that you want to do is, and I've already done this too for sake of time, is that I've already prepared my muffin tin. So unfortunately I didn't have really cool fall festival colors, but I did have pink ones and pretty little pink ones with polka dots and purple ones as well. Now, if you don't have those, no fear. The other option that you have, and what I would suggest to you, is it always calls for things to be sprayed with the nonstick. I always use the coconut oil because then it is a more healthier choice, gluten-free cooking oil for you. And that does just as good, and it's just a more healthier option as far as cooking oil. So, if you want to do one or the other, you have that choice. You can line them up with the cute little muffin tins, or you can actually spray your pan stick with the coconut oil spray. So you have that choice. So I'm going to set those aside right now. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is what I did pre-make before we got on the phone, before I got on here, just to save a little bit of time, was the cream cheese. So what it calls for is 2 ounces of cream cheese, okay? So I took some of the cream cheese, and it depends on how many muffins you're really making as well. So you can obviously judge that by how many muffins that you actually are making. I chose a little bit more of the 2 ounces of cream cheese because I actually have a muffin tin of 12 and not 9. And this recipe is for 9, not 12. So I picked a little bit more. So what I did was I took about 3 to 4 ounces of the cream cheese. I put it in the bowl, and then it calls for a tablespoon, 1 tablespoon of pure maple syrup. Again, healthier choice than, I know we all grew up with Mrs. Butterworth and it's really good. Yes, it is. But Mrs. Butterworth It's not necessarily the healthy choice. So I do the pure maple syrup because I do enjoy this. Actually, now that I've used it more and more and more, I crave for more of that maple syrup. So 1 teaspoon of that, 3 to 4 ounces depending on cream cheese, depending on the size tin that you have. And then you put that in there together in a bowl and you mix those up really good. I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick of what I do a little bit here in a minute. Before I actually get to, well, when I get to that step, I want to show you what I do just to kind of soften it up a little. 3 guesses, and I'm sure you've probably already figured out what I do to soften it up, but I'll show you that. So, all right. So then the next step is to grab another medium bowl. Grab another medium bowl. In that medium bowl, you are going to take your pumpkin puree. All right, and you are going to dump all that in your medium bowl. So again, the 1 can of that pumpkin puree, and throw that in that bowl. All right, it's almost out of there. All right, so I got most of that out of there. And then what you're going to do in that medium bowl, it calls for 1 egg, okay? So, whoops, I lost a little bit of my egg there. It's all right, no big deal. Nothing we can't clean up. And it says to just kind of mix that lightly, just enough to kind of, mix that in. All right, so we did that. So now you have the cream cheese and the maple syrup on 1 bowl. In your next bowl, you have your pumpkin puree and your 1 egg beaten lightly. Beaten lightly. Okay. And then you're going to take a 3rd bowl. All right. In your 3rd bowl, it is going to ask you to do 1.5 cups of almond flour or almond meal, and I don't know if you've ever heard of this before, but if you have followed me on my Tasty Tuesdays a couple weeks ago, I made this amazing chicken. It's one of my favorite chickens, and you actually make it with this. Let me turn it around a little bit so you can get a good view of what. Oh, and I just put it in the egg. Oh, casualties of live. Anyway, all right, let me clean that up real quick. So as I was saying, so it is an amazing chicken with almond meal, and it's amazing because it gives this nice seasoning on this chicken. So I get it at either Wise or I guess in most places it would be either Wise, Giant, or maybe even a Giant Eagle in certain parts of the, I don't know, but if anything, it is called almond meal. It's Hodgkin's meal, if I could even say that. And I love it. The sugar isn't low in content, so if you follow me too, you know that I like a lot of low sugar foods. So with that, you have 1.5 cups of this. So I'm going to show you it again. It's the almond meal. All right. And then it also then calls for 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. So of course you just want to grab your baking soda, and it's 3/4 of that as well. And then a pinch of sea salt, Himalayan salt, whichever you have, as far as that version of salt. So you have those 3 things, and I put them all in the measuring cup, honestly, and just kind of put them together so that I could then mix them up together really good. So, all right. Okay, so who's with me? Who's with me for this? I've got bowl number 1 is my cream cheese and my maple syrup. Then I have bowl number 2, which is my pumpkin puree and my 1 egg lightly beaten. And then in the 3rd bowl, I've got my almond meal, and I also have my baking soda and my Himalayan salt or sea salt, whichever you choose. All right. So with those, the next step then is to take your almond meal mix. All right. And then to mix it in with your pumpkin mix. And then you are going to mix that up very good. All right. Mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing. Okay. So really what ends up happening is that it ends up coming to, it looks kind of chunky-ish. Not really, but very soft in a sense, but you want it to be kind of that mixture because I'll show you how it's kind of all coming together with that. So you have that. Now, what I'm going to tell you what I do to make this a little bit easier. Excuse the noises. I'm just going to throw it in the microwave. Really, literally, like for, let's say, just about 20 seconds, just to kind of moisten that up a little bit. I'm gonna pull over here, and hopefully you guys can see this real good. Maybe if I move it, there we go. That would be perfect. All right, so I've got everything pretty much ready. So perfecto. So perfecto. So now this is just a little bit softer. And it smells really good too. Yes, perfecto. Okay, so here's what you do, guys, ladies, gentlemen. You are going to heaping kind of like a spoonful of the actual pumpkin puree-ish mix with the almond milk, with almond flour and that. Put a little bit in, a little less than half of the cup. So, gonna fill in a little less than half in all of your cups. It's so exciting. So I'll just do kind of 3 of them. That's probably a little too much. Too much. All right, and then that's probably a little too much, but that's okay. So, and then what you do is you have a heaping teaspoon that is of the cream cheese mixed with the maple syrup, and you're putting that right in the middle of, can you see how I did that? Literally 1 teaspoon right in the middle. Oh my gosh. You guys are not going to believe how good these taste. I love them. So you have your cream cheese in the middle. And then the last step is to take a little bit more of your pumpkin puree mix with the almond meal, and you're just lightly kind of covering it on the top so it covers, and that way when you bite into it, it's that surprisingly pleasant cream cheese taste. Oh my gosh, like right in the middle. It's freaking amazing. So I'm just gonna do those 3. I really hope that I know that many of you guys might not have been able to join me right now, but hopefully you'll be able to see this later and comment below that you've been able to try these out. I would love to know if you like them. I would also love to know if you have any ideas and suggestions for Tasty Tuesday. So to please reach out to me one way or another. Next week, I am going to start introducing Halloween treats. Halloween is like really, literally, I can't believe it, already just around the corner. So next week, I'm going to introduce some healthy Halloween treats for everybody. I know that everybody's got some Halloween parties probably coming up, and you're asked to bring different, snacks or treats to these Halloween parties. Then it's really great to have some healthy options, because I know for me, a large part of my downfall sometimes can be when I go to those parties and I don't have a filter, I don't have that control So sometimes when you're able to take some options with you, yeah, I'm that person that now has learned that it's okay to take those options sometimes with you, you know, to really stick to some of your goals if that's what you're, you know, choosing to do. If not, then grab out on what's out there, right? You know, so I did say that that other one was the last step, but the other last step that I have, just so you have that option too, is that you have you can grab pumpkin seeds. They're roasted and salt, great source of protein, and other people use them for so many different things, but what you can do is you can also take a few of these and sprinkle them on top of your muffins, or you don't have to either. So there you go, and there it is. So once I have my tin filled, obviously I'm going to put it into my oven, and they bake for about 18 to 22 minutes at 350. So once they're done, then you take them out, put them on a rack to cool, and then you get to enjoy a nice, tasty pumpkin muffin with maple cream cheese. Oh my gosh, maple cream cheese. Breathe, everybody. Maple cream cheese. It's so good. So, okay. I hope that you all have a chance to hop on and get a chance to watch this video for Tasty Tuesday, my pumpkin muffins with maple cream cheese. And for next week, like I said, I'm going to start introducing to you some Halloween treats so that we are all prepared for the big Halloween trick-or-treat. Wah, boo. All right, everybody. Have a good evening. Talk to you later. Bye.